Hi everyone, welcome to First Second Sketch School. My name is Mike Holmes. I'm a writer and illustrator. I've drawn the Secret Coders series and the Wings of Fire graphic novels, and my new book, My Own World, which I wrote and drew. There it is, down there. The book is about Nathan, a 9-year-old living in Canada in the 90s. He's trying to have a decent summer, but he's got a lot of worries. He's finding it hard to hang out with his older brother Ben. There are a lot of bullies in the neighborhood who don't care about him too much, and he'd really just like to find a place where he can be himself. And that's where he discovers a fantastical world hidden behind a mysterious lighthouse where the laws of physics and time are very flexible, and he can spend all day creating whatever he wants. It's an idea that means a lot to me since that's how I spent a lot of my childhood, and, disappearing into my own imagination. So luckily that worked out for me because I get to draw comics for a living. So I am going to draw some characters from the book right now. So Nathan is, sort of based on me when I was a kid, and I wanted to give him slightly big round eyes so he could kind of look around at the world and, take it all in and wonder where he fit into it. He's not entirely sure yet, but I kind of feel like a lot of people still don't know where they fit into the world. So he's very curious, and he's just got like an endless imagination. It really doesn't stop. So when he discovers this world, it really is the realization of a lot of dreams and fantasies for him. He both wants a place that's all his own, and he also kind of wants to hide from all the things that are really making his life difficult right now. And it's not always easy to do that, and in fact not always recommended that you do that either. So that's a basic sketch there. I tend to work digitally nowadays. I used to work with paper and pencils and pens, and it was really nice and fun. But then I learned that I could get a lot of the brushes in Photoshop to do what I normally would do with a pencil and pen. If I could say like one thing, and this is obviously just my own experience, I'd say definitely don't be shy about paper and pencil. It'll teach you a lot about using limitations to your advantage. Sometimes you got to figure out a clever way around something. Put some teeth in there. Get his mouth open a little bit and make him kind of excited and, sense of wonder. That was something I really wanted to put into the book. I talk about Nathan being like I was when I was a kid. I would have given almost anything to have the experiences that Nathan has in this book. Somewhat. There are some things that happen to Nathan in the book that are not so great. And those things, versions of those things happen to me too. It's a tricky thing to balance this kind of story where there's some sadness and there's some joy. And I hope that I've been able to pull it off. That is one of the nice things about digital, is you can just kind of zoom in and zoom out as you need, but it also kind of gives you a hard time with perspective sometimes. If you're too close, you can't see the bigger picture. And if you're too far away, then you miss all the little details. I'm sure there's a metaphor in there somewhere. So it does look like Nathan's kind of, this was intentional of course, reaching out for something. Now the fantasy world in the book, and I don't want to give too much away because I hope that I put some nice little surprises in there, is a place that is all Nathan's. There's nobody else there. And, think you can see in some ways how that would be really exciting, and how in some ways that might be a little dangerous even, to kind of disappear into your own imagination. It can have its problems. But, Nathan's a little innocent, and he's also, I think, sometimes got more imagination than sense. So, and now, let's pick some colors here. Just do a really quick fill on these here, and hopefully I've closed off all my lines. Nice, okay. To fix those teeth in a second. Aha! Always check your gaps here, everybody. Close out your lines. Your colorist will thank you. This is just meant to be a quick sketch, I suppose. I'm going to give him kind of a black background here, and then maybe we'll fill in the pupils a little bit. And we'll give you an idea of what the fantasy world in the book looks a little bit like. This is an object that Nathan finds, one of the objects that Nathan finds in the fantasy world. Let's try that one. Drop the opacity on that. Blow this up a bit. Nathan finds these objects, and he also finds that he can manipulate them, turn them into whatever he wants. And when I came up with that idea, there's a lot of places you can go with it, and I felt really free to just kind of explore what that would mean for a person to find a place that they could just make almost anything they wanted out of. And it was really exciting. I was very excited to come up with the idea for this. It's the way I always describe it, it's a lot like what if you went to like Oz, like from the Wizard of Oz or Narnia or something like that, and you just had the whole place to yourself. All of the magic was yours to play with. All of the issues the characters get up to in those stories are kind of, they come from their own personalities interacting with all the characters in that world. What if it was only your personality, and you'd had to kind of deal with the good and the bad of that? It was an interesting idea to me. So I decided to make a book out of it, and then somebody decided to publish it. I'm very happy they did. Let's get rid of that. Give him some white teeth. Okay, maybe we'll do a little glow in the background here. Just a really basic Photoshop trick. Let's see how this works. There we go. Alright, nothing too fancy, but anyways, yeah, this is Nathan, and this is a mysterious orb that is from the book My Own World. A book that I'm very proud of, and that I hope you have a chance to take a look at. You can get them at your local bookstores. You can get them online. I recommend you get them in your local bookstores, but however you can get them, I think you'll really like the story. And keep watching for more Sketch School. There's going to be more artists doing these. And yeah, thank you very much for coming by, and have a good day. And draw if you like drawing. Bye.